Hey friends, it's Sam Smith with JP and Associates Realtors. Today is Monday, April 6th, 2020, and you all know that we're in the midst of some crazy times. So I was just thinking about ways, since it's Monday and sometimes Monday can be a drag, I was thinking about ways to stay motivated, stay positive when things are getting really hard. A lot of the social media groups that I am a part of have, I've seen a lot of different posts about the challenges that people are experiencing, especially like people who are, trying to work from home, but they have kids that are young enough that they need to be monitored, and their schooling needs to be taken care of. And how do you manage all that? Life is getting hard. Others of us, like myself, everything has been different over the past couple of weeks because I'm at home. I don't really get to leave very often because most of my work duties are very constricted at this point. I can't do sort of the normal things that I usually do. And I've got my partner at home. I've got my two kids at home. They don't need a whole bunch of monitoring. They're 17 and 21. So but it's unusual for all of us to be around each other. And anyhow, I was just thinking about those circumstances and also people who are really alone right now, and how is everyone dealing with this? I know it's got to be so challenging, and for better or worse, this is our so-called new normal. And I think as long as we don't embrace it as a normal or as a norm, then and try to find the silver lining, the better parts of it, then it's just going to be extended for even longer. And then it's going to be even longer before we can get back to how it was before. Although I have to say, as much as things have changed in the past couple of weeks, it really does feel like even though this is a new normal, that there's going to be another new normal once life kind of gets back to the way we expect it and the way we anticipate it. But I just wanted to encourage you, those of you who are going through stresses right now, there are ways to kind of deal with it. And when I was thinking about what to say, I was thinking, embrace the change and, take on the challenge. And those sound like cheerleader words. So kind of try to avoid them as much as possible. But honestly, I think that's what we're facing, is an opportunity to really embrace change, embrace challenge, and find something positive amongst all of it. And anyhow, I would like to encourage you with, making attempts at finding the better part of, like, if you're feeling unhappy about certain circumstances, see what you can find that'll make you happy out of that unhappiness. For example, if you don't have a job to go to because right now your job's on hold because that industry is closed down, I would like to encourage you to attempt to think of it as you do have a job. You just can't perform it right now. I know I won't go into politics or anything, but I'm just talking about mindset and ways to kind of turn things around and make it seem better. Because it is bad. Things could be worse. And I guess I'm always looking at the bright side of things, and I'm trying to impart this on you, and I hope I can draw you into this attempt. But the other thing is, like, if you're trying to do your full-time job at home, but you have kids that need full-time school, or they need 3 meals a day, which is not always the case, and we can't always go out and pick up food for them very comfortably, well, look at the fact that you have a job, that you're still able to perform your job. You have children. There's some people who have none, who would give anything to have a child. I know that's hard. I know it's a challenge, but that's what I mean, is finding the happy in the things that make you feel unhappy. And also just keep in mind that whenever you find yourself getting frustrated, I've been thinking a lot about frustration and what that really means. And, frustration is basically disappointed expectations. If I get frustrated while I'm driving down the street, it's because I'm expecting the other people to follow the rules, go the speed limit, etc. And so I get frustrated if they don't do it. I get frustrated with my kids if they don't pick up after themselves in the kitchen because they know I expect that of them. But, that's just basically, frustration is a symptom of being out of control. And so this whole circumstance that we are in this world is frustrating. We have no control over it. There's only certain aspects of our day-to-day life that we actually do have control over. And I just suggest to you that if you are feeling frustrated, just try to step back and just ask yourself what is your expectation? What were you expecting to control or have play out in a predictable manner that's not doing so? And just see if you can step back and sort of reassess yourself and see things like, it doesn't really matter. The things that don't matter, remind yourself that they don't matter. Anyhow, so those are some of the things that I just encourage you to think about, and just know that I'm praying for all of you, praying for our whole world. I wrote a blog post about this, just a little more cohesive probably than a live feed, but I will post it below and also on my website and a blog, and there's a poem included that I hope you will consider reading. And thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you tomorrow.